Hi guys, welcome back. Another video, another attempt trying to defeat the Rageborne on expert difficulty. If you've been following along, I've been having a very difficult time with this guy. But each time I get a little bit better, I get a little bit closer, and that payoff is going to feel really good when I get there. If you watched the last video, I kind of got a little, oh man, kind of got the life sucked out of me at the end there. So this time, having a beer instead of a cup of coffee, and we'll see how this goes. I did make a few changes. I kept the same mages, Kadir and Lash. They're a really good offensive combination. Kadir is going to give me a little bit of healing. She gets me the ability to, her special ability allows you to draw 3 cards out from the discard pile, 3 spells, and then prep 2 to each breach, so you can have up to 8 spells prepped. So that's a lot of offensive firepower. Lash gives you the ability to re-enter your turn order card back into the turn order deck, giving you an extra activation for that round. So he helps in the turn economy. Kept them. If this doesn't work this time, I'm probably going to switch it up and go a more defensive route and take Brahma. And then whichever one cancels out his whole turn. But I did make a couple changes to the store. I still have Jade, which is a 2-cost, 2-power generating gem, and Verswood Amber, which is a 3-cost, 2-power generating gem, but you may put this on top of your deck instead of your discard pile. But I did swap out the Sapphire for Burning Opal. They both generate 3 power, but this one only has a 5-cost instead of a 6, and allows you to discard a card in your hand for an ally to draw a card. So I'm not doing any deck curation, no card destruction in this setup. So I wanted another way to discard cards and gain an advantage. And it's even cheaper than the Clouded Sapphire. And I didn't really use those. I used one once last game. I am using Focusing Orb. This is an absolute requirement to fighting the Rageborne because you need to destroy these to gain life for Gravehold. Also, Mage's Talisman were huge in the last game and getting my special abilities up, so I'm very happy with those. I did, however, I actually swapped out Dark Fire for Phoenix Flame. The reason I did that is I didn't have a lot of 3-cost options. I only had the Verswood Amber, which is why I bought all those up, but I actually didn't really want to be buying those most of the time. So this is one of only 2 3-cost spells in the base game. It deals 2 damage, but you can turn into a 4 damage spell by spending a charge, and then it can go up to 5 if it's in your 3rd or 4th breach. So that's a decent damage spell utilizing charges, which I'm going to have a lot of, because I still have Ignite, which does 2 damage and generates a charge for your ally, and I'm going to go for those Mage's Talismans once again. Amplify Vision, which helps me focus my breaches. Does 2 damage, 3 damage if all my breaches are open. And I kept Essence Theft. I didn't really use it last game, but I feel like healing is just a requirement if I don't have Brahma on the board, because the strikes do so much damage, and it's another way to discard cards. So I just want to make sure I get more of these this time. And everything's shuffled up and good to go. So I'm just going to start right out. Okay. First turn is going to be Kadir. She's going to prep her Spark. She's going to generate 4 power. And buy it Ignite. I meant to say Amplify Vision. Sorry. Not Ignite. And our next turn is going to be 3 crystals and 2 sparks. And she does go again. She's going to cast Spark, dealing first blood to the Rageborne. She's then going to spend 3 power to open her 2nd breach. Promise I'm not drunk. I've just had 1 sip. And prep 2 sparks. And then Lash is going to go. He's going to prep a Spark. He's going to generate 4 power, and it reveals the top card, Nemesis card. So that's going to go on the bottom. It still only generates 4 power though, so he's going to also take an Amplify Vision. And he's going to have 3 crystals and 2 sparks on his next turn. And then he gets to go again, so he's going to cast Spark, deal 1 damage to the Rageborne. And then the same thing, he's going to use 3 crystals to open up his second breach and prep 2 sparks. And then we're going to get double Rageborne activations. First we're getting is the Provoker. And then we're going to activate again. Skewer, Unleash. Oh, well, first the Provoker is going to act. So he does damage to Gravehold, equal to the number of Fury tokens the Rageborne has, which is 1. So Gravehold takes 1 damage. Skewer, Unleash. Any player suffers 3 damage. So Rageborne gets another Fury token. Kadir is going to take the 3 damage. And she gets to draw a card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So her bank stack, and then her 6th card. So she gets Amplify Vision, Emerald Shard, 3 crystals, and then she gets an additional spark. And that's it for the first round. Did you guys slip? I think my dog just fell in the kitchen. These, they put these vinyl flooring in, you know, the stuff that looks like wood, but it's really plastic. Waterproof, but it's waterproof. So any spill or oil or anything just makes it super slick. Sometimes my dogs like trip and fall on it. I can't say I'm a huge fan. I think I'd prefer to get tile put in there eventually. Alright, so Lash's cards on deck are going to be that. Yeah, and that's the end of the first round. Okay, so Kadir goes first. She's going to cast 2 sparks, dealing 2 damage to the Provoker, bringing him down to 3. She's then going to prep Spark and Amplify Vision. She's going to generate 3 power to buy a Verswood Amber. And then she's going to use Emerald Shard to heal herself, bringing her back up to 8. And her next 5 cards are going to be 3 crystals, a Verswood Amber, and a Spark. Kadir, or Lash goes next. He casts 2 sparks, dealing 2 damage to the Provoker, bringing him down to 1. So he's in striking distance. Prep and Amplify Vision. 3 power from the crystals, 4 from the Court Shard, and we reveal the next one, Nemesis. Put that on the bottom. So with that 4 power, I'm going to buy focusing orb. Yeah. Almost bought an Ignite. And its next turn, 3 crystals and 2 sparks. Nemesis goes next. Provoker acts. It's going to do 2 damage to Gravehold. That's the number of Fury tokens Rageborne has. And we draw a card. Agony Field. To discard, destroy a card in your hand that causes 2 power or more. I don't have any of those right now. Oh, I have a Verswood. Power 2, Unleash. Any player discards 3 cards in hand. And then draws 1 card. I'm just going to destroy the Verswood and just get rid of that. Alright, Lash goes next. He's going to cast Amplify Vision. That's going to focus his 3rd breach, and it's going to kill the Provoker, dealing 2 damage. So, over damage by 1. You know, I wonder if over damage affects the Nemesis. I don't think it does, but that would be... If it does, and I haven't been playing that way, that would explain one of the reasons I'm having so much trouble. I don't think it does, though. That would be too convenient. All right, prep 2 sparks, and I'm not going to buy Phoenix Flame just yet. because I don't really have any charge generation right now. 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of the reasons I got those Mage's Talismans early was both times that he got his Court Shard, it had the player thing up there, and I was able to get 5 power on both of those turns really early. So I have a chance to do that on this next turn. Is Verswood Amber Spark, Focusing Orb, Court Shard, and Crystal. All right. Kadir goes next. She's going to cast Amplify Vision and Spark for 3 damage, bringing Rageborne down to 65, and focusing her 3rd breach. She's going to prep Spark, and with her 3 power, she's going to buy Verswood. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that gives her Verswood, Spark, and 3 crystals. Nemesis goes next. He's nothing on the board. Unrelenting Ire, Unleash. If there are 2 Nemesis turn order cards in discard pile, unleash 2 additional times. There are. So he's going to go from 2 Fury tokens to 5. That is one of the things that can really bite you. Nothing I can do about it. All right. Greyfold suffers 5 damage. That brings it down to 22. That removes 1 token. Now I shuffle and draw again. Any player suffers 4 damage. It's going to be Lash. Brings him down to 6. So if you watch the last game, I had 20 life till much later in the game. Greyfold didn't take too much damage. Still ended up dying. Actually killed both my mages last game. So that was unlucky. But that's the fate of the Nemesis deck combined with the turn order deck. Sometimes it works out better for you than other times. But there is a way to beat this guy. There is a strategy that should work most of the time. I just haven't quite... I actually think I might know what it is. And it's not what I'm using right now, unfortunately. I think it is the play defense. I think he's so offensive. I've been trying to outspeed him, and it hasn't been working. So I think I really just need to focus on canceling him out, which means I need Brahma, and I think it's the Blacksmith, or Phadraxia. It's one of the characters that can cancel out Nemesis damage. And I think I need to, and then I need to use all the Focusing Orbs, and I just need to be super tanky. Get all the Focusing Orbs, all the Mage's Talismans, and just chip away at them while I'm basically negating the damage from the strike deck. I think that's the way to go about it. And I just need to maintain enough firepower to handle the minions. All right, Nemesis is first. Haze Spewer. 5 life minion, persistent. Gravehold suffers damage equal to this minion's current life. Then this minion takes 1 damage. Starts with 5. Okay. Kadir is going first. She's going to cast Spark. Bring Haze Spewer down to 4. She's then going to prep Spark. And she generates 5 power. And she's going to take a... Man, that's a tough one. Do I want a Burning Opal, a Mage's Talisman, or Essence Theft? Get my healing going, get my charges going, or a 3 power gem. I'm going to take Essence Theft. That was my first reaction. I'm going to go with it. All right, next turn. Amplify Vision, Spark, 2 crystals, and Emerald Shard. Okay. Lash. He's going to cast both of his Sparks, dealing 2 damage to the Haze Spewer, bringing him down to 2. Makes him a lot more manageable. Prep the Spark, cast the Focusing Orb, focusing his 3rd breach. And then I generate 3, 4 power, 5 power. He's going to take a Mage's Talisman. His next turn is going to be 4 crystals and an Amplify Vision. Alright, Kadir next. She's going to cast Spark, bring Haste Spear down to 1. Prep, Amplify Vision, and Spark. 2 crystals, yep, and Shard. She's going to use the Shard to heal 1 for Lash. And then she's going to buy Jade for 2. And on her next turn, she's going to have Essence Stuff, Spark, Essence Stuff, Verswood Amber, and 2 crystals. Okay, nice. Lash goes next, and he kills the Haze Spearer, doing 1 damage with his Spark. He's then going to prep Amplify Vision and generates 4 power. And he's going to grab and Ignite. Almost grabbed the Focusing Orb. But he already has one. And this is going to be Nemesis. Nemesis, nothing on the board. Cleave, Rageborne Strikes. I actually like this card. Player with the most open breaches suffers 3 damage. I get to choose. Kadir will take that, bringing her down to 5. Because he loses a Fury token. That's how I read the rules anyway. Okay, so not bad. That's all of his tier 1 cards, I believe. So that's the end of the 3rd round. So not terrible. I have 1 or 2, I think, 1 Focus Orb, 1 Mage's Talisman, 1 Essence Theft, a couple Amplify Visions, 1 Ignite. Between the 2 of them. And then a couple Verswoods, one or 2 Jades, something like that. Oh, I'm shuffling these. Sorry, I was shuffling these face up. Does that seem right? I actually don't know how many of these there are. I know there's 5 of each relic. Let me see, I got this one right off the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so there's 5 of each spell too. So that means I have 1 Essence Theft, 2 Amplify Visions, 1 Ignite, didn't buy any of these. 2 Mage's Talismans? I thought I only had 1. And 1 Focusing Orb. I haven't bought any of these. How many of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 of each gem. So I have 3 Verswoods. 2, 3. And 1 Jade. I definitely need more gems than that. But not terrible. Okay. I'm going to start off with that Amplify Vision from Lash. It's going to focus that 3rd breach and deal 2 damage, bring Rageborne to 63. He's going to prep. Actually, I'm going to use Focusing Orb first. Open that 3rd breach, and he's going to prep 2 sparks. He's then going to cast Mage's Talisman, generating 2 charges. 1 for each, and the last crystal just gets wasted. 2, 3. Ignite, Spark, Verswood, Crystal, Court Shard. Nemesis goes next. Needlemaw. Gravehold suffers 2 damage every turn, 11 life minion. Okay. Kadir's going next. She's going to cast Amplify Vision and Spark. That's going to deal 3 damage to the Needlemaw. Bring him down to 8. It also focuses her third breach. She will prep Essence Theft and Spark, and she's going to generate 4 power by Ignite. Next turn, 2 crystals, Jade, Emerald, Shard, and Spark. And she goes again. So she is going to... So that's 4 power. That's fine. Okay. So she's going to cast Spark for 1. Essence Theft is going to do 3. Bring them off 4. And then she's going to discard a crystal to heal 1 for herself. She's then going to prep Spark. She's going to use the 3 power from this to buy Verswood. And she's going to generate another hit point for herself. Bring her back up to 7. So both mages back up to 7 life. Nemesis next. Nidomala does 2 damage to Gravehold, bring it to 20, and you draw a card. Awaken. Unleash twice and Gravehold suffers 3 damage, or place the most recently discarded minion back in play. I always pick the most recently discarded minion, especially on expert difficulty. So that's a Haze Spewer with 5 life. Okay. And Lash is going to go next. He's going to cast 2 Sparks. This one is +1 damage because of the 3rd breach. So that's 3 damage, and he's just going to attack the Haze Spewer. Bring him down to 2. That's the most immediate threat. He will then prep, Ignite, Spark, 3 power, 4 power, and then I shuffle and see what's the top of the turn order deck. Hope you guys are having fun watching my videos. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing. So, write me a comment if you know better than me, because you probably do. Oh, yeah. So he's just revealing the top one for now. So that generates 2 power instead of 1. So we have 3, 5 power. So for 5 power... Oh, Essence Theft, Mage's Talisman, Burning Opal, or I can grab a Jade and a Verswood. Essence Theft. I like their damage. 3 damage is decent from that spell, and the healing is just really, really, really nice. I would like to keep them both right up at 10 if possible. Now, I will say, I am not generating charges right at the moment. 4 crystals and Amplify Vision. Okay. Kadir goes in that first. Cast Spark. Do 1 damage to the Haze Spewer. Prep, Amplify Vision, and Spark. She's going to generate 4 power. She's going to buy Focusing Orb. I wouldn't mind buying all of those Ignites. Next turn, Ignite, Spark first with 2 crystals. And she goes again. Nice. So the Spark is going to be cast to kill the Haze Spear. Amplify Vision, she's going to cast that to deal 2 damage to the Nidomala and bring him down to 2. It's also going to open her 3rd breach. She will then prep her Ignite and her Spark. Actually, I'll just flip those. And 4 power. And she will buy another Ignite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And her next turn is going to be 2 crystals, Jade, Emerald Shard, and Essence Theft. Okay. Nemesis next. Great Nidomala is going to do 2 damage to Gravehold, bringing us down to 18, and then draw a card. Cauterizer. It's a 3 life minion. All damage is reduced to 1, so you have to attack him 3 times. Any player suffers damage equal to this minion's current life on each activation. Oof. Rough. Okay, so Nemesis double turn, 2 damage, Greyfold, and then one player is going to take 3 damage. I'm going to have that be here. Drop her to 4. And draw a card. Pulverizing Ray, we had this last game. Greyfold suffer power 1. Greyfold suffers 18 damage. Players may collectively discard up to 6 gems. Each gem discarded in this manner prevents 3 damage. So if I discard 6 gems, like these 4 crystals and these 2 crystals, that would prevent all the damage, which is great, but I have to discard all 6 of those cards and kind of waste the next turn. So it's a powerful attack card. Okay. So, this isn't terrible. So Ignite is going to go first, which does 3 damage. It's going to kill the Nidamal. And that grants Kadir a charge. And then Spark is going to do 1 damage to the Cauterizer. We're then going to prep Amplify Vision and generate 4 power by another Ignite. Mage's Talisman, Focusing Orb, 2 sparks, and a crystal is Lash's next turn. And he does go again. So he's going to cast Amplify Vision. It's supposed to do 3 damage, but it's only going to do 1 to the Cauterizer. But that does focus his Force Breach. He's going to prep 2 sparks. He's going to use Focusing Orb, which is going to open his Force Breach. So I'm actually going to move that spark over there. He's going to use Mage's Talisman, which gives each mage a charge. Gives Kadir 3 charges and him 1 or 2. And that's it. So not too shabby. Oh yeah, and his next turn cards. Ignite, Essence Theft, Firstwood Amber, Court Shard, and a Crystal. Not too shabby. All of Lash's breaches are opened. He's at 7 life. I feel decently about his card choice. I never did grab any of those Phoenix Flames. I didn't have anywhere near as many turns with 3 power this time. I feel decent. Rageborne still has 63 life. That's not good. But I'm holding off the minions. He's only got 2 Fury tokens. I feel pretty good about that. I should be able to stop Pulverizing Ray. Breaches are almost all open, so I can use those Focusing Orbs just for healing pretty soon. I don't know. I feel decent. I kind of wish I had gotten my economy going a little bit better earlier, but I went straight for spells. And I have a lot of spells with utility. I have spells that open breaches, spells that do gain charges, spells that heal. Can't complain about it. Nemesis first. Cauterizer is going to deal 1 damage to Lash. Pulverizing Ray activates. We're going to discard those 6 cards. That's going to prevent all of that damage. And then draw a card. Scorn. Greyfold suffers 3 damage or unleash twice. Persistent creature with 9 life. So gotta kill her. Getting lots of minions. Alright. Okay, Lash. First spark is going to kill the Cauterizer. Get him off the board. Second spark is going to deal 2 damage to the Scorn. Bring her down to 7. And he's then going to prep an Essence Theft and Ignite. Next turn, 3 crystals, Ignite, and a Spark. Kadir goes next. Her Spark does 2 damage. Her Ignite does 2 damage, brings Scorn down to 3, and that grants a single charge to Lash. So they both have 3 charges, and she's going to prep Essence Theft, and then she's going to use Emerald Shard to gain 1 life. So she has 5, Lash has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And her next turn, Spark, Focusing Orb, Wristwood, and 2 crystals. Nemesis. So that's going to do 3 damage to Gravehold, dropping me to 13. Not great. And another creature, Venomite. The player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage. Or any player may discard a prep spell that costs 3 power or more. Better to discard cards, but it takes away your offensive ability. Why did I put him discard? Sorry. And he's got 9 life. Alright. Essence Theft. This is actually going to attack for 4 damage. It's a pretty decent little spell. That's going to kill Scorn. 1 point of overkill, which isn't a thing. And I'm going to discard a crystal to heal her by 1. So, yeah. So she's back up to 6. And then Focusing Orb, focus her Breach. Prep the Spark, and then 3. Take that for Wristwood, I guess. So our next turn, Wristwood, Ignite, Amplify Vision. 2 Wristwoods, Ignite, Amplify Vision, and Spark. And Lash goes next. Nice. So he's going to cast Essence Theft for 4 damage. And Ignite for 3. Doing 7, bringing Venomite down to 2. He's also going to discard Crystal to gain 1 life. And he generates a single charge for Kadir from the Ignite. Bring her up to 4. He's then going to prep and Ignite and a Spark. And then he's going to use 2 to buy a Jade. Although I probably won't do that again. I think we're at... Okay, so next turn, Amplify Vision, Focusing Orb, Mage's Talisman, 2 crystals. We're quickly approach. I may grab a couple Essence Thefts. Maybe Phoenix Flames. Honestly, looking at these cards, the ones I want right now, I want Ignites, I want the Mage's Talismans, the Focusing Orbs, and that's it. Everything else, I don't need any more Amplify Visions. I may do like 1 Essence Theft each, but I'm probably going to leave everything else on the board. So I never actually did buy a Burning Opal. Even though, yeah, that's fine. Their economy's not great, but, you know, I picked cheaper cards so that I could play this way. And I need charges, and I need to give Gravehold life, and I need to heal. And that's basically it. Everything else is going to go towards charges, I think, for the rest of the game. But I feel pretty good. Gravehold's only at 13 life. Don't love that. Again, I could potentially heal that up to 15 points if I get all the Focusing Orbs and get them all destroyed. But, you know, haven't actually ever done that. These decks get fat thick if you don't have anything to curate them. So I really love Spectral Echo. I don't think I'm ever going to take a store without it. Without deck destruction. Okay, sweet. So Spark is going to deal 2 damage and kill the Venomite. So lucky. That has Rageborne in a pretty good spot. His board is now clear. 2 Fury tokens. All right, I'm going to prep, Ignite, Amplify Vision, and Spark. And she has 2 Vrisswood Ambers. So that's 4 power. She's going to buy Focusing Orb. Sorry. Take that back. She's going to buy the last Ignite. For next turn, 4 crystals and a jade. Useless. I mean, power is never useless, but... Alright. Blood Cry. To discard, lose 4 charges. Power 2, unleash 4 times. I'm just going to get rid of this right now. I'm going to take 2 from Lash and 2 from Kadir. And discard that. I don't even want to go there. Alright. Just want to... Nah. Alright, Lash's turn. He's going to cast Ignite for 3 damage. Spark for 2. So that's 5 damage. And that's to the Rageborne. It's going to drop him to 58. So that's the first real damage I've done to him in quite a while. So that's nice. And that generates a charge for Kadir. He's then going to prep Amplify Vision. He's going to use his Focusing Orb to open her 4th breach. He's then going to use Mage's Talisman to generate a charge for each of them. And then he's going to generate 2 power with these 2 crystals, and he's going to buy another charge. So Kadir is at 4 charges, Lash is at 3. Next turn, Vrisswood, a crystal, a court shard, and 2 sparks. Nemesis, nothing on the board. Invoke Carnage. To discard, spend 7 power. Power 2, unleash. Any player suffers 1 damage plus 1 additional damage for every Fury token Rageborne has. It's actually not that bad right now because it would only be 3 additional damage. It's still 4 damage to a player. Don't get me wrong. I don't want it to happen. I want to spend the 7 power, but like I said, I don't have that on either of those hands. All right. Lash. He's going to cast Amplify Vision. All of his breaches are open, so this goes up to 3 damage, and then plus 1 from the breach. So it does 4 damage, dropping Rageborne to 54. He's then going to prep both sparks. This generates 3 power, 4 power, plus reveal the top card. So 5 power. So for 5 power, Mage's Talisman or Essence Stuffed? I'm going to grab an Essence Stuffed. Next turn, Essence Stuffed, Ignite, 2 crystals, Jade. And it's going to be Kadir's turn next. She's going to cast Spark with plus 1 damage, so that's 2. Amplify Vision does 3 because all breaches are open, so that's 5. And Ignite does 2, so that's 7. Bringing Rageborne down to 47 from 54. And it generates a charge for Bash, so they are both at 4 charges. She then has 6 power. Okay. So with that 6 power, she's gonna buy Focusing Orb and a charge, and then she's gonna use Otherworldly Gate. To return 3 cards into her hand. Oh, I thought I had more in here. That's okay. I was trying to grab Essence Stuffs, but that's fine. And I'm going to prep 2 Ignites and Amplify. Oh yeah, and I can prep them double. 2 Ignites and Amplify Vision. So, not a bad little turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's Essence Stuffed. Ignite, Spark, Emerald, Shard, Emerald, and Crystal. So I have so many spells, I'm only generating like 1 power at a time. He has 4. She has 1 or 2. So I didn't build this setup to have 6/7 power. There are no I don't even have a 6 power card in the store. This isn't the cheapest way to go, but it's close. Swap that. The relics are a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones. All right, sweet. So both ignites are going to do 3 damage. Amplified Vision is going to do 4. So that is a total of 10 damage. Very cool. That drops the Rageborne from 47 to 37. And it generates 2 charges to lash. She can only use 1 though. And I'll just use his ability right off the bat. Take this. Shuffle that right back in there. Free turn. Technically, she loses a life from that, but I'm just going to use the Emerald Shard to cancel that out. And then I will prep, ignite, Essence Stuffed, and Spark, and Crystal just gets wasted. And on her next turn, she has Vristwood, Crystal, 2 Vristwoods, Crystal, Spark, and a Focusing. Nemesis turn goes first. We take a power token off Invoke Carnage and draw a card. Doom Aegis. Power 1. The player with the most charges suffers 4 damage and loses all of their charges. Discard, spend 7 power. So now I have 2 power 1 cards up there. And this is 5 power. That's 4. Neither of them can cancel either of those. Hold on one second. Let me grab another beer. It seems to me that this is me paying the penalty for not focusing on my economy. I'm not able to cancel out the attacks. My economy's too weak to cancel out some of these tier 2 attacks. Yeah, did I buy enough Vristwoods and Jades to cancel that out? I don't think I did. 7, I've never had 7 power. I don't think a single turn in this game. So we'll see what happens. Lash is going to go first. He's going to cast both Sparks. They both get +1 from the 3rd and 4th breach, so that does 4 damage. That brings Rageborne down to 33. I will say, out of all the times playing, this is the lowest I've gotten Rageborne. This is the first time I've gotten him below half-life. And Gravehold's at 13. You know, that's nearly half. And I'm about to start healing it. And he only has 2 Fury tokens. So if I had the ability to cancel these 2 out, I would put my odds of winning very high. But I don't know how much damage those are going to do. All right, let's prep Essence Stuff, then Ignite. I'm going to generate 4 power. I don't have any charges right now. I will take the Focusing Orb for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to have Mage's Talisman, Ignite, Spark, Focusing Orb, Crystal. Okay. Kadir is going to cast Ignite for 3 damage and Essence Stuff for 4. So that's 7. Very nice. Math. Okay. 26 from 33. Very nice. That also generates charge for Lash, which puts him in harm's way. So I will also discard a crystal and heal him 1, because he's about to take damage from the Doomagus. The Focusing Orb I'm going to destroy to grant 3 life to Gravehold. That puts me above half life, so Gravehold's above half, he's below half. Hey, I don't know. Might be something to this. Did I? I don't know if I was supposed to cast that or not. Either way, I'm going to prep a Spark. It's fine. And then with this 4 power, I'm going to buy the final Focusing Orb. There's no point to buy charges because they're just going to get deleted by the Doomagus. So I just gave him 1 so I know who it's going to hit. On next turn, Spark, Jade, Crystal, Verswood. So still not enough power. That's 5 power. And a Focusing Orb to heal Gravehold 1 more time. Okay, I got another turn from Lash. Very nice. So, well, it is what it is. So he's going to cast Essence Theft for 4 damage with a crystal. He's going to heal Kadir 1 by discarding the crystal. And Ignite's going to do 3, so that's 7 damage. Also gives Kadir charge. So another 7 damage. That drops Rageborne to 19. So my damage economy is going great. Prep Spark, Prep Ignite. They're not high damage spells. I'll use Mage. No. I'll hold on to the Mage's Talisman and I'll destroy Focusing Orb for another 3 life for Gravehold. Bring it up to 19. So I'm just going to hold on to that. Two crystals, that's the stuff, and Amplify Vision. All right, Nemesis is going to go. Okay. So first thing that happens is Unleash. Brings them up to 3 Fury tokens. Any player suffers 1 damage plus 1 additional for every Fury token. So that's 4 damage. Kadir's going to take that. Drops her to 2. And that gets rid of Invoke Carnage. There's not enough Fury tokens to strike, thankfully. And then Doomagus is going to activate. The player with the most charges, we're going to have that be Lash, since they're tied, suffers 4 damage, bringing him to 4, and loses all of their charges. Okay. So I at least survived those cards, but he gets to draw 1 as well. Reality Rupture. Destroy 2 prepped spells that cost 3 power or more, or power 1 unleashed 3 times. I only have 1 prep spell that meets that criteria, so I cannot discard that right now. Is this a Nemesis card too? No, thank God. All right, let's cast both these Sparks. A 1 and a 2 damage one that does 3 damage. Bring Rageborne down to 16. I might actually win this game. Wow, crazy. Let's prep that Spark. Destroy that Focusing Orb. Gonna heal Gravehold back up to 22. And then I have 5 power. I will buy Mage's Talisman for 5 power. Two Ignites, 3 crystals. So I don't know why I'm not generating charges the same way I did in the last game. I mean, they both use their special ability once, but I have all the Ignites, and I have most of the Mage's Talismans now. 3, at least 3 of them. I just bought the 3rd, I guess. But they each had 1. Early-ish. And, yeah, it just didn't seem to work. I guess it makes just a massive difference getting that Mage's Talisman early. So these decks get big, and they make it... All right, you buy a card, and you see it 3 rounds later. At this point, am I even going to see 3 rounds later? Probably not. first. Spark for 2 damage. Drops Rageborne to 14. Prep 2 ignites. 3 crystals. Generates 1 charge. Oh, nice. I will destroy both of these to eliminate reality rupture. It's expensive, but yeah, absolutely. I feel pretty good. That might have just won me the game. On her next turn, ignite Essence Theft, Amplify Vision, Emerald Shard, and a Crystal. In she goes again. Ignite Essence Theft, Amplify Vision. That gets wasted. Emerald Shard generates 1 life. Bring it up to 3. I mean, that's 3, 7, 10 damage right there. Rageborne has 14 life. That is 5 damage. Now, she already used both of her activations this round. But I'm very close. I'm within striking distance. All right. Ignite and Spark. 3 damage, 2 damage. That's 5. That brings Rageborne down to 9. It's so funny when you do win these games. It feels so easy. I don't know. He never got a strike combo off. All right. Prep 5 Vision. Essence Theft. Mage's Talisman's going to generate charges. 1 and 1. And then he'll buy another charge. So Kadir has 3 charges. He has 2. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Her next hand. Focusing Orb, 2 Versewoods. Spark. 2, 3, 4, 5. I would love his next hand. Crystal, 2 Versewoods, Court Shards, first Spark. So this is where, if I hadn't canceled that card out, those ignites would have given him 2 more charges, and he'd be able potentially to use a special ability to give her another activation, win the game. But plus the ignites would have done another 6 damage. But I would have had to tank that ability, and I don't know if I would have been able to. All right, Nemesis, nothing on the board. Minion, Jagged 1. The Jagged One. Unleash twice. 14 life. So he's going to activate, I think, at least once before I can... I may just have to ignore him. Yeah, because he's got more life than Rageborne is, so there's no point. Moment of truth, guys. Yeah. No, I don't have enough damage to kill him, but Amplify Vision's going to do 4. Essence Theft is going to do 4. So that is 8 damage. Dropping the Rageborne all the way to 1. Come on, guys. Get excited. All right. I'm going to discard the crystal along with that to heal Kadir by 1 point. So they both have 4 life now. And I'm going to prep 2 sparks. This is 3 power, potentially 4. It's 3 power. Okay. I think I got this, you guys. He's going to strike. He's going to strike twice because he gets the next activation. But we'll see. Essence Theft, Focusing Orb, Jade, 2 crystals. My next activation, I win the game. Gravehold's got plenty of life. Not worried about that. So it's if he kills both my mages. My odds are probably 85% right now of winning. Nemesis. Okay, first thing that happens, unleash twice. That's going to cause 2 strikes. And we draw 1 card. Oh. Oh. Sunder. Gravehold suffers 4 damage, and the player with the lowest life suffers 4 damage. Or shuffle all the Nemesis turn order cards into the turn order deck. Whew. I can't do the bottom one. I can't give him 2 more activations. That'd give him 4 more strikes. Okay. Gravehold suffers 4. Lash becomes exhausted. His first breach is destroyed, his 2 sparks are discarded, and his charges are lost. Alright. Gravehold suffers 5 damage, brings it to 13. That gets rid of the first Fury token. We got 1 more strike. And then we're on to the next round. So it's really going to depend on my turn order magic, turn order luck on that shuffle. Because Lash no longer can do the 1 damage to Rageborne since he was just recently exhausted. So if I get Kadir first, Kadir's next activation, I win. So can I hold out long enough for that to happen? Mainly, I need to prevent her from taking damage. We got 13 life on Gravehold, which is pretty good. We'll see. The player with the lowest life suffers 2 damage. That is Lash. So I'm going to take 4 damage on Gravehold. That drops me to 9. And that ends that activation. I gotta shuffle these again. So Kadir needs a single activation to win the game. Nemesis, the Rageborne, needs to do either 9 damage to Gravehold, which he can do, since he does double damage through Lash, or 4 damage to Kadir. Now, if I got the card that says any player takes 4 damage, Lash would take that, and that would drop Gravehold to 1. But even if I get Lash, even though he can't win the game, I can still heal Gravehold by 3. And if he gets a second activation, then he'll win it. So, you will see. So it all comes up to this shuffle. Wow. So, if this is your first time watching, you may wonder why I'm getting so worked up. This is my 7th attempt at trying to defeat the Rageborne in Expert difficulty. And I have not defeated any of the Nemesises on Expert difficulty. I mean, this is the first one I've tried. But 7 attempts. I did 4 with randomizers, and this is the 3rd attempt picking my own cards. I don't know why it went so well, to be completely honest with you. I think it was just the Nemesis deck. I got pretty lucky. I grabbed some Amplify Visions, and I didn't get my charges up super quick. I didn't get my economy going super well. I got enough spell cards to just consistently handle the minions as they came up, and I think I just got lucky with that. Like, he got a lot of minion cards, and I was able to handle all the minion cards. And my damage dealing cards were Amplify Vision and Ignite, and a little bit of Essence stuff. So I was able to heal, was able to open all my breaches, and I was able to generate some charges. So yeah, I think that's why I'm in this position. I was able to handle those creatures, and I got utility out of it. I wasn't just wasting damage on them. All right, moment of truth. Okay, Nemesis card. Unleash twice. Avatar of Wrath. That's good. Rageborne strikes. Every turn, 16 life. Okay, he's still going to strike twice. Gravehold suffers 5 damage. That drops Gravehold to 4. I lose one for he took. Sorry. Hold up. It's not dinner time yet, buddy. It will be soon. I don't know if you can hear that. That's my dog standing next to me just wiggling. He's just wiggling his butt and it's shaking his collar. He wants me to... The door's open. He can go outside. He just wants me to go out with him. Okay. Come on, Shuffle Magic. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Brings it to 1. Any player suffers 1 damage. Okay. I can live with that. So, I just need this to not be a Nemesis card. If that's a Nemesis card, I lose. There's a 20%, there's 5 cards there. There's a 20% chance it is a Nemesis card. If it's Kadir's card, number 1, which there's a 40% chance of, I win. If it's Lashes, which is also a 40% chance of, it remains to be seen. It is Lash. So, he's going to prep Essence Theft. He's going to destroy Focusing Orb, which is going to heal 3 points of damage to Gravehold. And then he's going to generate 4 power for 2 charges. Two Ignites, Spark, Mage's Talisman, and Crystal. So that means there's 4 cards in that deck. If I get a 2 or 1, I win. If you get the Nemesis, I lose. So that's a 75% chance that I win. Sorry, I just need a minute. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been fighting this battle for 2 weeks. Oh, that feels good. Okay. 3 damage from Amplify Vision, 4 damage from Essence Theft, 3 damage from Ignite, 10 damage to the Rageborne. He is destroyed. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh. I thought I was never going to beat this guy. It's okay, little one. I know, I was yelling. Yeah. Yeah, you're all concerned. Everything's fine. Everything's safe. Cute little girl. Yeah, the Essence Stuffs were great. They helped me stay in the fight. Amplify Visions and Ignites, absolutely necessary. I really didn't use my abilities very much, though. My special abilities, I'm really surprised by that. Maybe twice each. I would have, if I was to do this again, I definitely would swap out the Phoenix Flame, which I never even purchased a single one of, for a Spectral Echo, and I would have curated my deck a little bit. Maybe even gotten fewer Vrisswoods. Because at the end of the day, all I need is 5 power to generate. and I tanked those 7 power discards. Probably isn't the best way to go. You probably do want the ability to generate 7 or 8 power, because it's really a countering game that brought it so close. I mean, it was right down to the wire. I mean, the next card is, oh, I would have won on that too, but you know, I was 2 cards away from losing the game. So this is not a dominant strategy. I would have swapped out Phoenix Flame for Spectral Echo. I probably would have swapped out Burning Opal for probably Ruby. And I still probably wouldn't have used the Ruby. I'd rather... Why get a Ruby when you can get 2 Jades? Why get a Diamond when you can get 2 Jades? It just... Or an Amplify Vision or a Strike Ignite. These are just such powerful cards. I mean, Amplify Vision is the same cost as a Focusing Orb. And they do the same thing, except this one does damage. And it does more damage after you've opened all your breaches. Focusing Orb has other advantages, but they're not a ton. The main one, the secondary one is you can focus the other player's breach. So if you want to, you could have one player get them, which is nice. But it's not a big deal for both players to just get an Amplify Vision. It's an attack spell. And then Focusing Orb, you can sacrifice it for extra life, which obviously I needed to do. I destroyed 2, 4 of them. So I gained 12 life. So I actually was at a -8 had I not had Focusing Orb. So they're absolute requirement. But I do think getting a little bit of a better economy going would have been nice. And probably, honestly, these probably aren't the best mages to go up against Rageborne. I do think going that other direction with Brahma and the dude that can cancel out around is probably the way to go. Because Lash did get exhausted. Kadir's down to 3 life. So, even 2 uses of that special ability of Brahma's, that's 8 life that one of those players has. And that's a massive difference if at near full life. So, yeah. Oh, man. Good day. Today was a good day. I've had a good week. I've had a really good week. So, I don't normally drink either. I've actually been celebrating because I've just been having a lot of good news in my personal life lately. Been a very good week. So, thank you guys for watching. And you know what? Have a wonderful day. Best to you.